Radio Free Cybertron.
Transformers.
Rewind.
This week on Transformers Rewind, it's the Low Road. Yes, that episode.
No, not that.
Maximal Base has been overrun with wild bean vines. Rattrap and Dinobot are having a bit of a fight over gardening detail. And wouldn't you know, the Predacons decide to attack at that very moment. It's inconceivable, isn't it? Rhinox goes to cover Dinobot and Rattrap's retreat inside, but while he's waiting for them to stop bickering, Tarantula shoots him in the face, infecting him with a special virus that will cause him to discharge his body's energon, which is soon demonstrated as he blows apart a CR chamber with an energon-enhanced sneeze. Dinobot and Rattrap are sent out to find Tarantulas in order to get a cure, while Cheetor and Optimus work on keeping Rhinox functioning in the meantime. It doesn't take long to catch Tarantulas, but success is short-lived as Dinobot and Rattrap go down the hole. Tarantulas gets to jump on the Maximals until a rock falls on him. It was a big rock. By now, Rhinox has been connected to the Axelon's power, which succeeds only in draining the base's batteries. Optimus decides that a direct attack on the Predacons is the only choice and calls Ares and Tigatron to help. Rhinox wants to go with, but can barely stay on his feet, so Optimus suggests he gets a snack to boost his energy, and there just happen to be plenty of bean vines nearby. Rattrap and Dinobot follow a tunnel and are about to move on Tarantulas' lab, but the Predacons are waiting for them. Dinobot's attempt to utilize Tarantulas as a hostage doesn't quite work out, but Rattrap uses a convenient ventilation duct to get behind and disarm most of the Predacons, just in time for Rhinox to blow through the opposite wall. Megatron has the counter-virus, though, and forces the Maximals to all surrender and go to beast mode. Rhinox is having some difficulty with all those beans he ate earlier, though, and they save the day with an unexpected interaction with the discharged virus. The lab is now in ruins, the Maximals have the counter-virus, and Megatron has memories that will last a lifetime.
No, not that.
Not just blurt out, Rhinox hit Megatron with a car.
Yeah.
Just like, structurally for Season 1, I can understand why they did an episode like this. They're about to kick off into the story arc that finishes out the season. It's, more serious, heavy stuff going on. So let's have a little bit of fun before we have to get through all that.
Yeah. This is one of the episodes that, I'll admit it, I was sort of a bandwagon fan for Beast Wars. I didn't climb aboard until the second season. So this episode holds no real appeal for me. I can't look back at it with nostalgia. I just think it's bad.
You suck. I mean, seriously, there's really no other way to say it. You suck.
Rhinox fault.
I don't understand why you would hate it so much. I mean, it's just a fun episode.
I don't hate it. I don't think it's good. I think it's bad.
I think you're hating a little bit. I feel a little hate going on.
Yeah.
It's not like bad, and I can say, "Oh my God, it's so bad, it's good." It's just kind of bad.
I mean,
Why?
can't you just accept comedy for comedy's sake?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like why is it bad? Why do you say
I didn't
bad?
laugh.
That's because your soul is dead.
Yes.
You didn't feel a mild tickle under the,
Maybe it's because watching it after. Maybe it's because with us, Rhinox farted has become such an in joke that it really can't match up to my memory and new expectations.
I don't think that's it, because I watch it and I still laugh.
I thought it was a fun. I didn't actually remember this episode. I haven't seen Beast Wars for quite a bit, so I actually, the smaller ones that aren't part of the major arc, like the Low Road, I thought it was a highlight. I was like, oh wow, I forgot this episode, and it was funny. I mean, who knew fart jokes were still funny to me, but they are.
I do like the fact that they were able to get a fart joke in. I appreciate that. I think that's great. And it makes sense because these, Transformers are partially organic, so they would fart. It's not, inconceivable.
Especially when there's an energon discharge virus in the works. But
Exactly.
Rob, you came into Beast Wars kind of late, relatively speaking, so what's your take on this episode?
I think it's decent enough in and of itself. It's funny. I don't
I don't really have a strong feeling for it one way or another. It's it's not bad. It's not great. It's a solid episode, and it's one thing that did strike me between this and the other Beast Wars episode we watched for this is that one of the things that Beast Wars does better than almost any other series I have watched for this so far is that they actually, they use this secret television technique of having an A story and a B story. Other Transformers series do not seem to be able to grasp this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Prime does a little bit of it, not much.
A little bit, but yeah. It's like I said, everything I've watched for Rewind so far, it's been pretty much one story proceeding in a straight line, and yeah, I mean, even on things like this that are not connected to a overarching story and do not have really a great consequence outside of the episode itself, it's still a little more interesting than just one linear story that like I'm getting with everything else here.
I think that's a good point. I mean, it is one of Beast Wars' strengths that they can go back and forth between the elements. One or the other story might be kind of weak in comparison, but I mean, they're still trying to split up the time a little bit.
Yeah.
It makes it more interesting and easier to watch, I think.
It also gives you a chance to use all your characters and not have, and even when there's an episode that is, focusing on one particular character, I mean, do you call this a Dinobot and Rat Trap episode? Do you call it a Rhinox episode? There's a little bit of both, but again, everybody is actually in play and doing something, and I think that's really important because, again, most other Transformers series don't manage to do that either.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, with animated, you would have characters being absent because, okay, we can't have all the voice actors we need in every episode. But with Beast Wars, on any given week, you could have every single character make an appearance and have a line.
Mm-hmm. That's the advantage of having Scott McNeil voice half of them at once.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not dismissing that as a quality either. But no, I mean, like, I guess on an intellectual level, there's not a whole lot to the Low Road. Most of what it does through visual gags and situations. Rhinox being surrounded by the growing pile of bullets from his guns. I like the part at the end, too, where they got the counter virus strapped onto him like a beer hat.
Yeah, that was awesome. I thought that was funny, too, yeah.
Because that is, of course, the ideal way to administer a counter virus.
No, not that. Ah!